Celebrations continue in the newly liberated Ukrainian city of Kherson as Kyiv works to re-establish critical infrastructure in the region. The ASEAN summit of Southeastern Asian nations concludes, with US President Joe Biden saying that he wants to ensure a free and open region for all.
As COP27 enters its midpoint, negotiators are drafting deals to try limit temperature rises.
As celebrations in the newly liberated Ukrainian city of Kherson continue, Kyiv says it's working to demine parts of the strategic southern city and restore critical services like electricity and running water. Russia occupied the city for over 8 months. These people have waited a long time to see Ukrainian soldiers once more. But war is still present and not too far from Kherson city's boundaries. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky said that almost 2,000 explosive items, including mines and tripwires, have already been removed in the region, but more work is still needed. Meanwhile, in the frontline city of Novokakova, in Russian-occupied Kherson region, a crucial dam was struck over the Dnieper River, according to Russian state media. They added that the alleged attack took place as civilians were getting on buses to evacuate from the region. At the ASEAN Summit of Southeast Asian nations in Cambodia, US President Joe Biden was on a charm offensive. America is keen to show its commitment to the region and talked of ensuring a free and open, stable and prosperous area. While Biden didn't mention Beijing explicitly, his comments were deemed to be referring to China's increasing assertiveness in the region. Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov was also at the summit. Not all of the region's nations have condemned Moscow's invasion of Ukraine. Russia is keen to show that it still does have international sway. The summit comes just before the G20 meeting in Indonesia, where Biden is likely to have his first face-to-face meeting with China's leader Xi Jinping. Tensions over Taiwan, North Korea and the wider state of global security are likely to feature in their discussions.
As COP27 reaches its midpoint, countries are racing to make agreements in order to limit temperature rise to 1.5 Celsius by the end of the century.
Ministers that will take over the text on Monday, and then the presidency would be facilitating all the discussion to bridge the gap. So rest assured that Egypt will be fulfilling its role to bridge that kind of gap in order to push that agenda forward. But it depends on all of us on that.
With the impact of climate change already felt across the globe, there has also been pushed by major campaigners and developing nations for rich polluters to stump up more cash.
What's most important for the Maldives and small islands is the track of negotiations on loss and damage. And there's been a lot of discussions on it. First of all, when we started, having an agenda item is something that has never happened before.
COP27 will conclude on the 18th of November.
In the US midterm elections, Democrat Catherine Cortez Masto has won re-election to the US Senate for the state of Nevada, meaning that the party will retain control of the chamber. Georgia's Senate seat is still yet to be decided, going to a runoff in December. However, control of the House of Representatives is not clear, with a handful of races yet to be decided. An Iranian man who lived for 18 years in Paris's Charles de Gaulle airport has died. Mehran Nasseri, who inspired the Steven Spielberg film The Terminal, began to live at the airport due to being left in legal limbo, lacking residency papers. However, after these were granted, he remained there, apparently out of choice. Nasseri died of a heart attack. A Dutch Christmas float arrives in the city of The Hague as part of pre-Christmas festivities. Sinterklaas, based on St. Nicholas, is controversially accompanied by the character Black Pete, who is played by volunteers in blackface. In 2020, after anti-racist protests in the aftermath of the killing of George Floyd in the US, the local municipality distanced itself from the practice of using blackface for the festival.